Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this amazing reading for Lena's parents, Lena's mother and father, how they feel about Lena energetically, allegedly. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so when we're talking about Lena's mother and father, listen, I don't know their names. Y'all be asking for me to do readings and I just do them. That's how it goes. If you don't tell me the names, they're going to be her mama and her daddy. Okay? There we go. Boom. All right. So when it comes to their combined energy connected to Lena, Spirit is acknowledging they feel like Lena, were you raised in a barn? So there's this air sign energy that is unhealed. We have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, unbalanced thoughts, imbalances, right? Spirit is also acknowledging that her physical body and her physical home have imbalances and delays, which create total misalignment. She's not maintaining authenticity and she's not being genuine. Spirit is not invited in, and Spirit ain't about to bust the windows out your car to see, eye to eye. Spirit's like, when you're ready, I'm ready. Until then, step back, because Spirit requires us to maintain authenticity and genuinity if we are going to be in a relationship with Spirit. Okay? Not my business, not my problem. Ain't no sense in being fake with Spirit. Spirit know who you are. Already. Been there, done that, right? Spirit is also acknowledging that her heart chakra has imbalances and or delays. This could also be impeding upon her energy of health, impeding upon her energy of success, impeding upon her energy of her finances, acknowledging that she doesn't have up healthy boundaries, also acknowledging that she could be dealing with an unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Spirit is acknowledging that she has poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social grace is required. Mother and father energy when looking at their child, Lena. Spirit is acknowledging that she keeps trying to do something over and over and over again, thinking that she's going to have breakthrough, resolve, solution, resolution, triumph. Spirit's like, nah, because you're not listening to your higher intuitive self. And if you would just turn around, thank you, Spirit, your blessing is the other way. But you keep trying to go this way, and Spirit's like, you're always going to continue to have this kind of obstacle, delay, roadblock, right? Because this is not your righteous path. And energetically, family is picking up on that. Also, mother and father's energy is acknowledging that she is drowning in someone's emotions, anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, wanting to clear, cancel, and release this to manifest the life that she does want. Also acknowledging that this could be connected to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that she's being lured into this emotional cycle, just getting tossed around in the cycle. And how does she get here? Some form of hankering, some form, thank you, Spirit, of temptation, adder, intimacy, proposal, and or a message of love. And she's drowning in it. She can't keep her head above water. Okay? Energetically, how does mom and dad feel about Lena? They're concerned about the money. They're concerned about her health. They're concerned, but also acknowledging that every path, even a windy path, leads to the light. 35 is significant. There are thoughts, like memories and nostalgia, but look how the eyes are closed. This is a very solemn pose, almost like this is not their reality, so they have to think back to a time when they could have communicated or they were loving or something of that sort, because this is nostalgia. This is memories. There's still this thought of love, but it just doesn't feel like it's in their energy field. Eyes are closed, like they're manifesting. Thank you, Spirit. Also acknowledging that the divine feminine energy has an entity attachment. And so just acknowledging that her energy is consumed, even her light energy, like her balanced energy, is consumed and overpowered by negative energy. Okay? Spirit is also acknowledging that they feel like she's spreading a false narrative. Like she's not completely honest. Also acknowledging that there is a false narrative about their child. That mature man, that man with the money, and this earth angel. So we could be talking about an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That they have something to do with her love story. That they have, it's almost like their situation kind of impacts on her love story, Lena's love story. This money, this earth angel, it impacts and impedes upon the energy of their love story. That they want money. They, meaning this relationship. However, tarot card readers are also picking up on she's going to end up being single, sexy, and successful. Like, this relationship is just not going to run the long way. Yeah. So that she can then have the money. Thank you. Which leaves someone feeling like they have to heal their inner child as well. 11 is significant. 11 is a mirroring number, acknowledging to take accountability and responsibility for your actions, no matter how big or small of a role that you play. At the heart of it, as a child, one wanted peace, but now they have to reflect back on their life over their childhood. There's a lot of choices that are coming up here. The power to do what you want to do because you can. Good choices equal good karma. Bad choices equal bad karma. You know, one's choices are a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. So this is a very layered energy because it feels like she needs to heal her inner child, but it also feels like the family is also trying to focus on this inner child of this masculine energy, which would be king. That's just what's coming up. So they would rather her be alone and successful as opposed to in this relationship, which focuses on money. This relationship focused on money, and this relationship also has some issues with this earth angel feminine energy and this masculine trying to focus on money, right? Focus on money. It feels like he came thinking or saying that he had a lot of money, but there's a lot of pride, ego, people pleasing energy here. Needing to get rooted and grounded to maintain authenticity. There's imbalances and or delays within his heart chakra. When I say his, I'm speaking in reference to king, right? So we're talking about impeding upon his energy of success, his finances, also acknowledging he has poor boundaries. He does not have healthy boundaries. And so he always feels like he's sinking. Whatever he's building, he's sinking. Unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? Mother and father's message to Lena. Spirit is acknowledging Ghostland. 17 is significant. 8 is significant. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. Hey. Thank you, Spirit. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. Grounding, earth sign. You can't live there yet. You can take measured steps toward a goal or dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most important place to put your attention. The magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. So Spirit's acknowledging you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. So you're clinging to the past, you're filled with anxiety because you're so focused on the future, and the only real place that you can really plant your feet and get grounded is in the now. So if it just feels like you're constantly talking about the past, constantly talking about what you desire in the future, and you're not living in the present moment. Mother and father's message to Lena. Thank you. Spirit says you can't hoodoo your way out of bad decisions. Oh, okay. So it's just acknowledging that she's into it. A lot of people are into it, manifesting, trying to work with different seers or divination, people who can tap in to kind of get what she wants. What she desires. And Spirit is just acknowledging you can't hoodoo your way out of this one, out of bad decisions, because you've made some, okay? Spirit is also acknowledging every blessing got a backbone, period. And so if this is yours, then you're going to have to straighten up. You're going to have to put 10 toes down. You're going to have to, carry your weight. You can't be walking and talking like you're the victim. Because every blessing got a backbone. So stand tall in what it is that you've desired, what it is that you've manifested, what it is that you're calling in. Because it ain't the you know how they say this work ain't for the weary. It's not. That's your business, though. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, Spirit says, what's meant for you don't need convincing. If you got to convince somebody, if you got to prove it, if you've got to wear signs and t-shirts and hats to let somebody know that they're yours or this is yours, etc., that's a problem. Because someone should want to do that with you. Someone should desire, not feel forced. Not feel forced. Because every time you push, the universe pulls. If this is not a part of your aligned path, you won't have it. Because at the end of the day, the universe is creating universal balance. And so even you on a very tiny level in regards to the big world, if you're creating imbalance, Spirit's going to get it. Spirit's going to get you and get it back together. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's 1 billion people in the world, and everything has to work accordingly to balance, right? And so if you're creating imbalance, it will get checked. You know, they say God got the whole world in his hands. The whole sees everything, knows everything. So even your little infraction is going to get rectified, remedied, solved. Because what's meant for you don't need convincing. You don't have to take somebody else's. It's not yours. You know? Not my business. I don't want to tussle. I don't want to fight. But let's get back into it. How does Lena's parents feel about her energy, her energy? Well, they're saying that relationship is tacky, cheap, foul, a lack of style, and distasteful. That someone in this relationship is hot-headed, quick to anger, quick to get upset. And Spirit is also acknowledging that she's coming off assertive, composed, and strong, but an ice queen, nonetheless cold shoulder, heart cold. Spirit says she's sulking, playing victim, dealing with depression. And this is due to a lack mentality, scarcity, and beginning phases, trying to go from rags to riches, but in reverse. Also, Spirit is acknowledging that she's focusing on her career, sitting in front of that computer, trying to make money, trying to create some stability and some wealth. But Spirit also says you need to be paying more attention to this secret admirer, because there's a stranger who's looking at your man. Surprise, surprise. And Spirit said, that's going to be the gossip. That's going to be the tea. Yeah, because there's immaturity and a frowned upon age gap. In that situation, I don't want to tussle. There's manipulation, control, influence, devious, trick, exploitative, and a fool. A fool. Oh, ain't it funny how the way we feel shows on our face. Thank you. Her parents, how they feel about her and King? Secrets. Single dad got some secrets. On and off. And wearing a mask. They saying this relationship is a facade. Not my business. How does Lena and King... How does Lena's parents feel about Lena and King? Somebody show their true colors. Somebody about to show their true colors if they haven't already. And that someone is just, it's like a love bomb. It's like constantly manifesting that they stay together. This is their thought of the day, like every day. How do we stay together? How do we stay together? How do I keep this going? That kind of energy. Even though somebody showed their true colors, even though somebody showed you know what. Spirit is also acknowledging that the three witches are whispering, meaning that there's a lot of conversation about King and Lena and the family, mother and father energy are picking up on this. And they're saying whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. Whatever's being suppressed will come to the surface. There's this energy of needing to clear, cancel, and release the energy of anxiety, sadness, fear, depression to manifest the life that they do want. However, with all this conversation, they are acknowledging energetically, allegedly, that two things that people are saying are absolute facts. Now, one, bold-faced lie. And Spirit said the aftermath of this situation is fuck love. And again, look, why? Because manifesting this love is a butterfly effect. Because when you open your eyes, you like, wait a minute, that is not what I asked for. They got my order wrong. You know, they be like, check it. Do I got my french fries in there? Damn, they messed up my order. That's what Spirit's saying. Spirit said, your order is wrong, sis. I don't know, but that's kind of funny to me. Might not be funny to you. Anyway. energy of Lena's parents. How they feel about King and Lena. Yeah. So somebody is forceful, domineering, and a weak leader with the King of Wands, throwing water on a flame in the area of business, but also in the area of passion. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With the Three of Pentacles, subconsciously, they're just working on rubbing shoulders with the right people, being recognized, trying to reach their goals, or, setting out goals, acknowledging that hard work pays off, but they're collaborating. That's what the energy say, y'all. That's where their focus is. And Spirit's also acknowledging that there's manipulation by a bad mom who is ungrounded with the Queen of Pentacles. How do they feel about their daughter, Lena? Energetically. Spirit is acknowledging, find a resolution. And this is not going to come without sacrifice or arrest with the Five of Swords in reverse. That's an unhealed air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Spirit is acknowledging, but because of this, needing to have a resolution, it feels like they're saying that she's just forcing herself to focus on materialism, to make that money, to be possessive, to save, to hoard, and that she's holding on to things too tightly. She don't want to let go. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. So in the middle of the deck, Spirit is acknowledging, this is energetically how they see their daughter, focusing on her inner strength, self-love, being confident, overcoming self-doubt. Now, in regards to her surgery, how does her mother and father feel? In regards to the surgery, they're saying that there's this energy of wanting to reunite, thinking of the past, thinking of the children, also acknowledging she needs to heal her inner child based on her childhood, to reconnect with her support system. Based on her surgery, energy of her surgery, family is saying that there's a lack of faith, focusing on the negative, and bored with the Star card. Spirit is also acknowledging giving up, paranoia, stubbornness with the Nine of Wands in reverse. And then finally, Spirit is acknowledging when it comes to her surgery, her operation with the Nine of Pentacles, she's making money. She's an independent woman. She's got wealth now and a thriving business because of a manifestation, giving birth to a manifestation, giving birth to an idea. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And energetically, what does Mom and Dad see as what's going to happen next for Lena? Okay. Returning home because there's nowhere to go. Dealing with delays and setbacks with the Six of Swords, unhealed air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, disorganized thoughts. Subconsciously, in returning home, she's going to be focusing on achieving her goals, concentration, expertise, attention to detail, entrepreneurship. The worst is over, learning from the past, but some things are beyond repair with the Ten of Swords. Again, unhealed air sign, disorganized thoughts. And Spirit is acknowledging with the Page of Swords, same thing, unhealed air sign, disorganized thoughts, because she's been delinquent about not speaking up about something, and also a lack of education. Now, I don't know why, but Spirit wants me to clarify. Not speaking up. Page of Swords. Not speaking up about what, Spirit, when it comes to Lena? Thank you. Not speaking up in regards to a fake apology. Not speaking up. Spirit said, you already know the tea. You know why she ain't speaking up. You already know what it is. Not speaking up about her being destroyed, shattered, broken, and effed up. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Because there's a private relationship. Every time I read on Lena and King, I always pick up that he's fooling around. Fooling around. So you're not speaking up about this. Uh-oh. Y'all call me back. Because something is happening under her umbrella.